Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm going to do my August 2022 TBR. So, this is actually not my full TBR. If you saw my video that I put up a couple days ago on my Women in Translation TBR possibilities, or pile of possibilities, that's also stuff I want to read. But if you haven't watched that, I hope you will, and let me know which one of those books I need to read. I have left all my translated works for August for some reason, and I should have planned better and had books throughout the year, and I just have not been reading translated works because I've been focusing on a lot of series, and a lot of these are standalones. So anyway, if you would check out that video, I would really appreciate it. Let me know which of those books you think I should read in August. So the books though that I'm going to read this month are, I have 8 books that I would like to read in August that are not part of Women in Translation. So I only have a few that I would say are for sure's, and then everything else is just kind of hopeful because they're part of series. So let's first talk about the one book that is for sure, and that is my buddy read with Tea and all the books, and that is book 5 of the Hidden Legacies, Emerald Blaze. This is also book 2 in the second set of trilogies following Catalina. So again, this is a series that we have been reading together this year. This is an urban fantasy taking place in Houston, Texas, where magic came about in the 1800s, and people created houses around their family groups that are like magical families called houses. And there are, in the first book, people who are primes, who are the top magic users. And we followed a character in the first set of trilogy, the first series, part of the series, dealing with when she gets thrown into a power struggle and chaos is ensuing. And the second set of trilogies is following her sister, Catalina. So we read book 4, Sapphire Flames, just last week. So I'm really excited to pick up book 2. I loved that other book, and I love this series. So I'm really looking forward to reading this one. So this is my only definite for sure book that I'm reading in August. We just don't know which, we haven't talked about which week yet, so we'll find out. Oh, let's hear. The only standalone book that I have that I'd like to read is Bullet Train by Kotaro Isaka, and this is translated by Sam Melissa. And I know that I'm doing Women in Translation, but I know this is written by a man, but the movie's coming out. Not that I'm planning to see the movie. I've seen so many trailers though that I'm like, well, that's not what I thought this book was about. So I don't know how close that is to this book. This is about I think 5 killers or something, or yeah, 5 assassins are on a bullet train, and things go wrong for everybody, or all having a bad day or something. I'm not sure. Anyway, I hear it's really good. I pre-ordered this paperback copy, so I do want to. It's on my list of stuff I want to read this year. And I am going on a vacation in August for about a week and a half. So I thought, well, I'll take this with me on my plane ride. Maybe that's not the best idea, but that's my goal. Anyway, I've been wanting to get to this, and I put it off. I'm thinking I was going to read it on vacation. So for some reason, this is coming with me. So anyway, then I have a couple books that would be the last book in series that I would like to read. That is For the Throne by Hannah Whitten. This is the second book in the Wilder Woods duology. I loved For the Wolf last year, and then this book came out in June, and I just finished rereading For the Wolf, and then I wanted to continue, and I just haven't had a chance. So this one is following the second sister. So the first sister, one sister is for the crown and one is for the wolf. This is the one for the crown, and her book continues from the first one, where For the Wolf follows Rhaenyra, who is sacrificed to the woods to try to save their gods, and it just goes wrong from there. Nothing's what they seem. The cliffhanger ending on that one just makes me want to pick this one up so bad. So I'm hoping to get to this month. I just didn't get to it. So I do want, so I can finish that duology up. I'd also like to finish the Book of the Order series by Philippa Balladine. This is Hairbringer. So this is, again, the last book in the series. things happened in book 3 that I had no idea where. This book, every ending of every book has been like, what the heck is going on? And I never know what the next book's going to be like. So anyway, this is the last book. We're following a fantasy world where in the first book there are deacons who use magic and together in a pairing, like there's 2 of them, and they try to keep the spirits and wraiths and specters and things away from the populace. So they are kind of defense, and things just go horribly, horribly wrong. Anyway, so this is book 4, the last one. So I do want to finish this series. The only one I want to start series in August is Mistborn Era 2. So this is the Alloy of Law. And I have never read this by Brandon Sanderson. So I've read Mistborn Era 1, and I just never got to this one because it wasn't complete. So I guess I didn't start it. I have the first 3 books, so I want to read one a month. So I have to read one in August to start. I think there's some read-alongs going along, but I wasn't planning to read this with anybody. I already have a hold for number 4 at the library, so I'm like a low number. So I'm going to get it fairly soon in November when that comes out. So I need to read the 3 books before that happens. So all I know about this is that this takes place 300 years? Yeah, 300 years after the Mistborn Era 1 series. And it's kind of like a Western fantasy. So I have no idea beyond that. I know it's wax and wane, and that's about all I know. And so I'm looking forward to that one. And then I have 3 that are series I'd like to continue. I'd love to continue the 9 Realms. The Queen of Raiders is book 2 in that series. I read book 1, A Queen in Hiding, in January, and I've been meaning to get to this. Every month I try to put this on my TBR, and every month I ignore it because I've not been in a fantasy mood, so like an epic fantasy mood. I'm hoping that'll break at some point here, and this will be the one I pick up. I don't have any other, I mean, the only other fantasy I have on here is For the Throne, but that's that's a finish of a series, so I think I'll finish that one, but this one I'm not sure. I keep hoping every month I'm going to pick this up. This follows a queen, in the first book, follows a queen and her daughter as they are starting to be surrounded by enemies within their castle and within their country, and it also follows a few other places in this world, and the things that are happening around the world at the same time, kind of thing. Book 2 ended in such a way that I really wanted to, or book 1 ended in such a way that I wanted to get to book 2, and I have not picked it up. So that one I definitely want to get to. I want to continue the Stay a Spell series with Witches Get Stitches. This is book 3 by Juliet Cross. So this is just a fun paranormal romance that takes place in New Orleans, following 5 sisters who live and work in that area. And this one follows the more outrageous sister who decides to open a business with someone she has a past with, but we don't really know a lot about that. So I'm really looking forward to this one. I'm hoping to get to this one. I might even get to the novella that comes after this one, and then maybe the 4th book, but I don't know. We'll see. I definitely want to read book 3 and read that. And I would like to read The Devil You Know by Kit Rocha, which is book 2 in the Mercenary Librarians series. This is an apocalyptic world, like futuristic, where there was a solar flare that took out a lot of the US. And there are corporations now that pretty much run things in certain areas. And the women in this are called, are mercenary librarians, which means that they're trying to find a lot of information that has been lost. And they're looking for more stuff so that, to build a better repository of knowledge for the people who are not in the corporations and things. And we also follow a group of men who are trained soldiers who have been manipulated and augmented by technology and stuff. And so the first one was not my favorite. I mean, I love Kit Rocha as a series of writers, because I do a pair of writers. They wrote the Beyond series, which is another series I want to get to and reread. But book 1 had a problem with it because of a lying trope that I always have trouble with. But I love the other characters so much. I just didn't like the hero so much. And I'm really hoping, because I like the 2 characters who are the leads in this one. Again, they're ones that you know from the first book. So I'm hoping to read that. I might even have to reread the first part of the first book. I might just revisit it and then read this one. But the third book is coming out in end of August, so I want to make sure I read this before I get to that. So those are all the books that that are not part of Women in Translation that I'd like to read. These three are, I would say, are my highest priority because I want to finish the Book of the Order series. I'm definitely reading Emerald Blaze because it's a buddy read, and I need to start the Mistborn Era 2 series. So I would say those are my top three. So those are the ones I'm going to for sure read. But these are all the books that I would like to read in August, minus whatever in Women in Translation I is picked. So again, please check out that video and let me know what I should read that I have there. Or let me know any of these you think I definitely should read, that no matter what, that should be my priority, because I have so many books, and as I said, this is just a small list. My list was like 20 books long that I wanted to put on here, and I had to cut back, but well, anyway. So what are you guys reading in August? Let me know, and I will see you guys later. Bye.